please give a nice, warm Sacramento welcome to James Otto. Your new song is Somewhere Tonight.
It is.
And this song has actually been out for a little while, but you're really going for it this month. Talk a little bit about the backstory of the song and how it was released the first time and now it's being released again.
You know, a couple years ago, I was on Warner Brothers Records, and about the time I parted ways with Warner Brothers, my little girl was born, and I had to kind of do a little soul searching about what I wanted to do with my life. I knew at that moment I didn't want to go try to find another record label and get out on the road and do all of the things that I knew were going to take all of my time, and I wasn't going to be able to develop a relationship with my child and help my wife and do all those things. And so I decided that, you know, look, I'm going to take a couple of years, I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to write a bunch of music, and when I get to that point where I'm ready to go back on the road again, if the opportunity presents itself, I'll put something out and see what happens. And luckily, a buddy of mine runs a station called The Highway, which is on Sirius XM. And he said, you know what, man, let me stick a song up there for you and see what happens. I said, I got this song that I'm really digging. It's kind of a new sound for me. It's kind of a new thing for me. And he put it up, and it pretty much, within just a couple of weeks, was in the top 10. And it went to number 5 and hung around for quite a few weeks. And then we stuck it out at Music Row, which is all of the small stations around the country, like all of the little tiny towns. And it's done really well. It's already up to number 23 before I ever even started looking for a record deal. And so, and then, thank you. Yeah, you can clap. Yeah, it's great. It's been a crazy success. So when it came time to, we talked about how would we take it to traditional radio again, and how would we go see those guys, because it's been a while and I've been gone a while, and would they care? Luckily, the guy that was the VP of promotions at Warner Brothers while I was there had moved over to a company called Blaster Records, which is where I'm at now. And he called me. He said, you know what? I think you really got something. We'd like to partner with you, and that's why we're here seeing you. Yeah.
There are so many different avenues where you can start or even restart a career these days.
Yes, there are.
That would be one of them. They see, like 5 years ago, you would have to do a promotion called Girls Night Out.
Yeah, we do those every night. That's the James Otto show.
Do you remember you were here in 2010? I think it was you and Joe Nichols did a Girls Night Out.
That's right, yeah.
Do you remember anything about that night?
I absolutely do. I remember a wild crowd of women, absolutely. Actually, the head of my old label was there that night. He went on the road with him, and he was like, wow, like those women went crazy in there. It's like, that is what I want to see. That's the show I want to be a part of.
Well, we've scaled it down, except for you, sir, but we're glad you're here. Thank you very much.
You can scream, too. It's okay.
Song Somewhere Tonight, there are a couple of lines in there that are really cool, and I want to have you talk a little bit about the one line, music playing, bonfire blazing like a Vegas sky. Yeah. That's awesome. Did you come up with that?
You know what? Man, okay. Well, I'll have to say about this song. We wrote this song on our songwriters retreat to Charleston, South Carolina. And if you know anything about Charleston, it's beaches and warm and beautiful and very southern city. And so it was like 4 or 5 songwriters all at one time. And we, like a bunch of dudes, got a couple of bottles of alcohol before we went to the grocery store. And that night, it stormed like crazy, and they had an ice storm, a freak ice storm, so bad that there was 2 inches of ice on every road. You couldn't drive anywhere. The power went out that night and didn't come on for 4 days. And so we were locked up basically with a couple guitars and a couple bottles of alcohol to keep us warm. And I'm really not sure if I wrote that line, actually. I'm not 100% sure, but it came along somewhere in there.
And the whole song is basically about a man and a woman, and they haven't been out in a while. It's like, come on, honey, let's go do something. So I need to ask, can you, in fact, still rock till the morning light?
Sometimes, yeah. I'm a pro, man. I've been doing this a long time.